Hello viewers, welcome to Sectari TV. This morning we are having the second part of our discussion on the response of the government to the coronavirus pandemic. And this program has been sponsored by Star Ghana Foundation and Caritas Ghana. Star Ghana Foundation and Caritas Ghana, their strategic objective is to harvest, document, and share learning around the COVID-19 response. And so this morning, we are privileged to be hosting the studios of Sectari Catholic TV, Mr. Moses Kojo Bafo. Mr. Moses Kojo Bafo is the Municipal Director, NCCE, ECMA, and Mavis Amwakohene, a Senior Civic Education Officer, ECMA. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
This morning, we are having the second part of our conversation. For the purpose of our viewers, help us to understand the education that has so far that has gone on as far as this COVID-19 pandemic is concerned. Any of you could take it out.
Thank you, Father. We first of all thank Sectari Catholic TV for this opportunity given us. We thank you so much for inviting us to come and share with the public on what we have done as a district, as a commission within Efia Kwesiminsin Municipal Assembly. For the purposes of education so far that we have done, the NCC at ECMA, the NCC at the region, the NCC at large, we have done a lot. We have done a lot. We couldn't meet people to discuss issues with them, to educate them on this pandemic. What we did was, and we are doing is, we try to mobilize a mobile van, a van with PA system, and then we go out, we go to the communities, we go to institutions, we go to the marketplaces, we go to the lorry stations, and then we educate the public to go by the preventive measures that the Ghana Health Service in support of the government has put in place. So we go there and then we educate them, please, you need to wash your hands under running water with soap. You need to sanitize your hands. You need to wear your nose masks. You need to observe the social distancing, and even while sitting in tractor or while sitting in taxi, there's no need for you to talk. Even if you talk, even if you are wearing the nose mask and then you talk, you are standing on somebody's right. Of course, maybe the disease comes with droplets, and if you dare do that without even wearing the nose mask, you can infect somebody sitting beside you, or somebody even in front of you in a car. So all these things, we've been educating the public to observe the social protocols that the government, the Ghana Health Service, they have put in place.
Okay, thank you very much. So basically, you were more or less involved in mobile, van information delivery.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. And maybe how effective was this mobile information delivery?
It was very effective.
Okay.
Through the support of the ECMA Assembly.
Okay.
And then Vivo Ghana.
Vivo.
Yeah,
okay.
Ghana, Star
okay.
Ghana, Vivo
okay.
Ghana,
okay.
yeah. And then the government inclusive. We were able to get the mobile van to go out to the market places. We stood there and then educate people. And then sometimes when we are doing the education, people will come to us to ask questions. And then we give them answers to the questions that was given. Yeah, so it was very, very effective.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bafo, did you encounter any challenges as far as the delivery of the information is concerned?
Yes, Father, thank you so much. In every situation, we do encounter some kind of challenges, ups and downs, yes. Because in our delivery, we have opened our hearts, we are giving education, and then we are expecting that what we are telling the general public, they will do same. They will do what we are telling them, so that we do not spread the disease.
Yeah.
But you see people without wearing the nose masks. They sit in cars. You see people going around without wearing the nose masks. You see people gathered and then playing Ludo, playing draft, and here and there. You see people even not observing the social distancing. So it came to a point that as we move along, we go with cane. If we meet you and then you are not wearing the nose mask, we try to warn you to wear it, because you have your right. You have every right not to wear it. But if you refuse not to wear it, then you are infringing on the rights of others.
Another person,
Yes, because the Constitution, Article 5, talks about the fundamental human rights. You have rights, I have rights, but we have to respect law. We have to respect every human being that has been created by God in his own image. So all these things, we faced a lot of challenges as we move on. And then you see our resources are small. We don't have much resources, but Assembly, ECMA per se, the MCE, Honorable Kujakwa, the coordinating director and the management is supporting us to do a lot of education, and then the little resources that comes from our head office, we are also utilizing it to do more education.
Okay. So basically, human attitude and behavior was your greatest challenge.
Exactly, Father.
Okay. So having realized this challenge, in what ways are you trying to overcome this difficulty and challenges?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Anytime that we go out, we come to the MCA to give feedback. So from the feedback that we gave, they saw the need to organize or to set up a monitoring team and an enforcement team to do that, because we only do education.
Okay.
So it's up to the enforcement team to also enforce.
Okay.
For people to
obey.
Obey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now we are moving on to the area of social interventions. How will you help us to understand this area of social interventions from the government and from the level of ECMA?
Thank you, Father, so much. The pandemic came into being.
Yeah.
It has come to stay with us. The pandemic, it has come. Whatever that we do, it is with us. There's nothing that we can do. So what we have to do is we have to try to prevent it from spreading. So ECMA did a lot of sensitization among its staff. They put in place Veronica buckets, advantage points. They put in place soap. They put in place tissues. And then they even gave the staff the nose masks. So when you come to the ECMA premises, if you don't wear the nose masks, you can't enter any office. You will not allowed to go to any office to do your transactions. Again, ECMA distributed quite a number of face masks to the market women, to the drivers, and what have you. They did that. And they also did what we call, they also empowered the NCC and Information Services Department to sensitize the public about the need to observe the preventive social protocols. So ECMA is helping us. ECMA is doing a lot for the people.
Okay.
On the government side, the government, we recently heard that the government through NBSSI is giving out an amount of money to individuals, medium scale, small scale, and then the micro scale entrepreneurs to run down their business, since we are going through suffering under this COVID-19 pandemic. So on the government side, government is also trying to help people to come out with this situation.
Now, before Mavis comes in, I'm happy you mentioned the fact that you distributed face masks to the market women and drivers. Now, there are some individuals in our communities who are very poor. Was there any plan of reaching out to these people, as in providing them with face masks, sanitizing, and all those, to help them also protect themselves?
Yes, through the assembly members, within the municipality of ECMA, ECMA management, ECMA authority also gave them some of the face masks to do the distributions to some of their people living in their community, which of course includes the drivers and the market women that they did at first.
So the aged and the poor were captured. Maybe
Exactly.
you can add up.
Yes, but it's not all.
Okay.
The little that ECMA can do, they did it.
Okay.
And still they are continuing doing it
Okay.
for the less privileged ones. But you know Ghanaians, even if you give someone something, he or she will say you've not given them anything.
Okay.
Yeah. ECMA has done a lot for their communities around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, recently, the Food and Drugs Board came out with the approved sanitizers and face masks. In ECMA, where can we get it? Someone want to buy? Which sort kind of person? Would you have any idea? Or you are not privy to this information?
ECMA, even for the one that I'm wearing now, it was given to me by the management of ECMA.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The one that we are wearing.
Oh, okay.
Was given to us by management of ECMA.
Okay.
Yes. So they have a design, a tailor or dressmaker whom they have contracted him or her to do that for that purpose.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but for that particular person, that is not known to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it's kind of so.
Yeah, to add up to that, when we go out to educate, we do tell the general public that the nose mask should be 3 layers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Should be 3 layers. So for those who are sewing, they understand, because some were doing it 1, and then others too were doing it 2, which was very bad. So whenever that we go out, we do tell them about the requirements.
Okay. So and that means your education is in 2 or 3 parts.
Yes.
The market women, the drivers, and those who are also sewing the face masks. Okay. Now there is this area that I think all of us are interested. Viewers, if you just join us, you are watching Stigmatization TV, and today we are discussing the response to COVID-19 by the government. It's a program sponsored by Star Ghana Foundation and Caritas Ghana. Another area in this COVID-19 pandemic is the area of stigmatization. We know that nobody will go and say, I'm going to contract a disease. And so, if someone gets this disease, the person recovers by God's grace. Now, this person comes from the hospital to the community. And within the community, this person is stigmatized. What is NCCE doing about this problem?
Thank you, Father. Father, we are doing a lot on this. You know, stigma, as you said, nobody wants to be affected by the diseases. And having been infected by this pandemic, it has become a burden on that particular person. The particular person is now going through stress. It is going through stress, thinking. Psychologically, it is affecting the person. Emotionally, it is affecting the person. And even that person can't even think of himself or herself. That person cannot do anything of himself or herself. So that person is going through a lot of stress. However, if the person is going through a lot of stress, and then God in his own way, that person has come out from this situation, what we have to do is, the society, what we have to do is we have to embrace that person. Because nobody, it is not the person's fault to get the disease, but the person contracted the disease. And for that matter, we have to embrace him. Having gone through this very difficult situation, we have to embrace that person. So already we have to take him or her out of the stress that he or she has gone through. And for that matter, we should show love.
Okay.
We should show care. We should try to be upon that person's shoes, that the disease can even affect that person who is stigmatizing that fellow.
Yeah.
Who is laughing at that fellow? Who is making fun of that fellow? That, no, you can't come to me. Let us remember that before COVID came into being, then people were coughing. Yeah. You cough. I cough. Let us remember that before COVID came into being, we were experiencing feverish. We were experiencing malaria. Let us remember that before COVID came into being, we go through a lot of sickness, a lot of problems on our health. Unfortunately, that person has gone through that situation. He's been infected with that disease. So what do? We have to embrace that person. We have to show love, and then put him into our shoes. That if it happens to me, what will I do? Will people do the same thing to me? This is what we should always try to remember, so that we avoid what we call discrimination and stigmatization.
Maybe I am not holding brief for those who are stigmatizing our brothers and sisters who are suffering from COVID-19 coronavirus. Now, don't you think that the education and how people are receiving the education you are given is also a contributory factor? Because you see, we are told that there is no vaccine, there is no medication for this disease. So if I know that this person has contracted this disease, now you are saying the person is cured. Now this person comes to the community, how sure am I that when I relate to this person, I also not be infected?
Thank you for the question. Before a person is pronounced cured, or the Ghana's health service will go through all the necessary tests before the person will come out. So whenever the person comes out, it means that the person is okay. This disease can happen to anybody, no matter your background, no matter your status. It can happen to anybody. So we are pleading. NCC, we are doing our best. We are educating people not to stigmatize people, because it can happen to everybody. So please, our fellow Ghanaians, when the person comes out of this deadly disease, we should show love, as my director said. We should show care, because the person has is complete. So please, do not shy from the person, or do not stigmatize from that person, because the person is a human being. So I watched a documentary from the north. There was this pregnant woman who was came out successfully, but when she sent the child to buy something, the community ignore, or they throw stones on the child, which is very, very bad, because those throwing that stone, it can happen to them. So what if tomorrow it happens to you? Will they also throw stone at you? Because nobody is safe. We should take them as ours, because we don't have anywhere to go. Ghana is one. And then please, do not stigmatize. It is very, very bad.
I think, viewers, you agree that this is a very passionate appeal coming from the NCC to all of us. You see, sickness, diseases can affect every other person. I like what Maybe said. If you are stigmatizing against me, and tomorrow it is your turn, how will you feel if the whole community turn against you by discriminating and stigmatizing against you? Remember, nobody can come to the house if the person is not cured. The health service will attest that those who are in the community have been cured. You heard them say to you, they go through all the tests, 3 of them, to certify that indeed they are cured. Let us therefore, just as we accept those who have recovered from malaria and all other sickness, let us accept them and also live with them in our various communities. Now, we are, okay.
Yeah, to add up to this issue of stigmatization is very serious. Not only you coming out from the disease.
Yeah.
Sometimes the person will fake of not having the disease because of stigmatization, which is very dangerous. You may not know whether the person have it or not, but maybe the person is isolated in his or her room.
Yeah.
Because of how they did it to someone, the person may not voice out that he or she has it. She will go about his or her normal activity, spreading the disease, which is very, very bad. So please, let us stop it.
So Father, one important thing that all of us, that we always think about, that comes with discrimination and stigmatization is fear.
Yeah.
It is fear, because I'm afraid that once you have contracted the disease and you have been treated and you have been asked to come home, if I liaise with you, if I come into contact with you, I will also get it. So I have to run away from you. But remember, the person is cured. That person has gone through a lot of tests, series of tests by the health service. And the health service, they have confirmed that now the person is free and the person can go home. So if the person is free and the person can go home, why do we have to stigmatize the person? Or why do we have to run away from the person? No. So let us put away fear, the word fear. It is even not good to be afraid. It is even not good. What about the other diseases? What about HIV? What about diabetes? What about blood pressure, malaria, and what have you? So let us try to avoid the word fear and then embrace people who have been confirmed, they have been confirmed cured, and then embrace them into our homes, into our fold, so that we can move on as a loving and peace people living in our various communities.
Viewers, there's another dimension to this discussion on stigmatization. You see, when you stigmatize people, you endanger the whole community, the whole village, the whole town. Because stigmatization does not encourage those who are having the disease to come out and seek for treatment. Because if I come out, you stigmatize against me, you don't even sell water for me, you don't even sell food to me. So I'll hide it and then go about my normal duties. So it is for the benefit of the whole community to love those who are, suffering from the virus. So by showing love, you encourage all people to go for the test. Those who have also, contracted the virus, to isolate themselves for the benefit of the community. And so for the good of our communities, let us show love to those who have contracted the virus and accept them. Mr. Bafo, in line with this discussion, we are realizing that human attitude and behaviors is what we need to tackle if you want to solve the problem of, or deal with the problem of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your outfit and ECMA, what measures are you putting in place to ensure that the washing of the hands with soap and the running water, the use of the nose masks, the Veronica buckets, at the places, public places, and all those things are strictly adhered to?
As the sensitization team, as we are part of the sensitization team, we and then the Information Service Department and then the Ghana Health Service, we are dealing with it. We go out, we explain to people that for us not to get the infection, what we have to do is we have to abide by the washing of hands, wearing of nose masks, observing social distancing. We tell them. And we are being supported by the monitoring team. Now the monitoring team is supporting us to discharge our duties. So the monitoring team, they are the enforcement agency or the enforcement people that are also looking that people are observing the protocols, the safety protocols that they have put in place. And having said this, when the president announced on Sunday that the restrictions, churches can go out to do their worship, schools, the final year students will be reopening. The monitoring team, they have put in place certain measures that in the various communities, because their work is blood and they cannot do anything. So they are trying to form a sub-monitoring team in every community so that they can also help them to do their work by checking people to regularly wash their hands, by checking people to wear the nose mask, by checking people to observe the social distancing, especially the young guys who play football, the market women to observe the social distancing, and even people refuse to wear the nose mask. They complain that we can't breathe in very well. But forgetting that if they are infected, it will be more worse than what they are expected to do. So, as NCC, as ECMA, we are on the ground looking at it that people are not being infected more by the diseases.
Okay. Let me ask this direct question. Are there any punishment for offenders? Like a trotro is coming from, let's say, Fijai to Takrady. The task force meet the trotro in number 9. You realize that apart from the driver, all the passengers are not wearing nose masks. Or apart from the passengers, the driver is not wearing nose masks. What is the task force going to do?
Thank you, Father. What they have put in place is that they are checking them.
Okay.
As soon as the task force move, and then they go to a point, for example, they go to number 9, and then trotro coming from Fijai or trotro coming from Takrady get there, and then as you are saying, some people are not wearing
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, to add to what Gaza said, the enforcement team, including the security, uh, whenever they go out, they use canes
Yeah.
to beat people because Ghanaians, some of us are stubborn. So they will beat you and ask a nose mask seller to sell to you at an expensive price just for failing to wear the nose mask.
Okay.
Because some people say, like my boss said, when they wear it, they can't breathe.
They can't breathe, yeah.
But with the NCC, I've been educating them that wearing the nose mask is not for fun. It's just to protect us from getting the virus because it's from droplets of saliva. So the enforcement team has been doing that. They've been beating people, in fact. They've been beating people.
Okay. If you don't want to be beaten, if you don't want to be caned, when you are coming to town, when you are going to public places, do well by wearing the face mask or the nose mask. Use the hand sanitizer, soap and running water to wash your hands. Now, what's about, you see, you are dealing with human beings and our attitude. Is it possible that we see people being punished for not wearing the face mask, so that at least seeing it, it will put some fear into us to also encourage us to also wear them? Are we able to see this? Let's say, Ekma, today, for instance, people are not wearing their face mask, so you took all of them to market circle to go and clean the gutters. All of us, we saw it, and so because of that, we learn lesson from them. Are we able to see, you executing this punishment to encourage us, to deter others also from not, wearing the mask?
This is what we have to do. This is what the enforcement team has to do.
Okay.
Because I have been telling them that even from Kojokrom, you see a city guard standing there directing traffic.
Yeah.
When you come to the VRA,
Yeah.
you see the same people doing so. When you come to Fijai, you observe that the city guards are directing traffic from Ntankopo to Fijai, and then from Fijai to Ifekuma or to hospital.
Yeah.
You see that when you come to number 9, you see the policemen there standing there. When you go to Opia traffic light, you see policemen standing there. So these people, they have to give them the power. They have to give them the power to check all these things.
Okay.
So I'm appealing to the city authorities through this discussion, through this interview, that the city guards that are standing there on the road checking the drivers, please empower them to check those who are flouting the laws.
Okay. Okay.
So that people will wear the nose masks, even the drivers, even the maids. So I am appealing them that they should give the city guards power to check those things as well, so that nobody will be infected, so that fear, even when you are joining trotro, and then you have protected yourself with nose masks, you have protected yourself with hand sanitizer or what have you, you will be free from fear. The word fear, you'll be free from fear.
Okay.
So that Ghana will be COVID free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe basically your final words.
Yeah. My final word is not to stigmatize.
Okay.
We are all Ghanaians.
Okay.
COVID-19 can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
No matter your age, no matter your status, no matter whether you are a Christian or a Muslim.
Yeah.
COVID-19 does not fear anybody.
Yeah.
So please, if someone gets out of this deadly disease or survive from this deadly disease, we should embrace that person. And then, to add to that, you getting that disease, you have to be also very cautious, because scientists has not proven that when you get that disease, you cannot get it again. You may get it again. So we have to be cautious. We have to be using the sanitizers. We have to be using the nose masks. We have to distance ourselves, no shaking, no hugging. We have to adhere to all those rules because it will help us for Ghana to move on. Thank you.
All right. All too soon, lovely viewers, our discussion has come to an end. And today in the studios we had Mr. Moses Kojo Bafo, the Municipal Director, NCC ECMA, and our sister Mavis Amwakohene, Senior Civic Education Officer, NCC ECMA. ECMA means Effian Kosimintin Municipal Assembly. Just as you heard from them, COVID-19, people contracted can recover. When they recover and they come back to the society, for the good of the society, let us love these people, let us relate with them, so that anybody who's also suffering the same symptoms will come out and seek treatment. If we stigmatize, we endanger the whole society. Let us show love, for all of us are created in the image and likeness of God. Till we come here again with another episode, God bless you and keep faith alive.
Hello, my name is Father Lazarus Lambir, CSSP, a student of Duquesne University in the USA. I am here to recommend to you Sectadi Catholic TV. For your Catholic content, please visit YouTube and subscribe to Sectadi Catholic TV. Remember to click on the bell to remind you of new content that is posted on the platform. Also remember to like the new postings and share on your various social media platforms. Please, it's not limited to Catholics. Everyone is invited to view, like, and share whatever is put on this platform. Sectadi Catholic TV, divinely inspired, fully Catholic.